Because it finds out everything that you're paying that you don't really need when they get in touch with you.
Right,
You
this
have
bit,
this. This doesn't want me paying it again.
right. Good morning, Great Britain. Good morning, world. It's 10 a.m. in the UK. It's 5 a.m. on the east coast of the States. If you're awake, this is Blabbing for Britain. Peter's here with me. We're just waiting for the countdown clock, and of course, we're waiting for John. Yeah. Okay, so 27 seconds. We're live today on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and the website. Wherever you're watching us from, just say hello, and we'll make a start as soon as the countdown clock gets down to 0. Almost there.
That's a song.
It is, yeah.
Can you?
Morning, Peter.
Good morning.
No, right, okay. So this is welcome to the show, Blabbing for Britain, episode 352. Just let me make a change, and then we'll be good. There and there. Okay. Right. Where are you today, Peter?
I'm sitting out in my office, in my garage office, which is still a bit cold. I've got my beanie hat on. I thought I'd maybe promote my beanie hat. I've got my warm things on. And you know, I'm using a thing called, for the viewers, I'm using something called Crisp. Now, my good partner is outside making a noise with a shovel, clearing the path. I bet you can't hear it.
Nope. No, you can't hear a single sound other
Well,
than your voice.
well, I can tell you, folks, Stephen's an affiliate for it, I think. Crisp, one of the best things we bought, because my partner, if I didn't have Crisp, I'd be shouting out, "Oi, shut up!" But she's cleaning the path.
That it gives. That's it. It gives everybody freedom, doesn't it? Because it's not just the fact that when we're broadcasting, people can't hear the background noises. It
Yeah,
means that people can make the background noises. Yeah.
yeah, and
Gives every,
I've got a television right next to me, right?
yeah.
And if I had it on, you wouldn't hear it
No.
watching
No.
the news.
It's just your
I'm not.
voice.
Hi, Corinda. Nice to see you in.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything about me?
These are always trick questions. You're wearing a jacket indoors, Peter.
I'm wearing a jacket. Yeah, it's fine. But anything else?
Have you got new glasses?
Well, they're not new. I went in. I had these about 3 years ago, and they're actually varifocals.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because I've reached that stage in my life. I really need to know when I'm singing. Um, I look around at a computer and I can't see the next track. So
Yeah.
she says, "That'll be £400 plus the frames." I says, "I'm going to dig out my old ones." It was vanity. It was vanity. I
Yeah.
don't like wearing glasses because when I was a young man, I used to be cruel to kids with glasses. I was a little bully.
It- yeah.
Could you believe that?
I, we know that the kids sort of.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Just a minute. I was trying to understand this from Corinda. I'll be back, Peter. I'm showing your stream on my Amazon yesterday, Stephen, mate. Oh, you shared my stream. Thank you very
Shared
much,
it.
Corinda.
Yeah.
And am I frozen, Peter?
No,
No, I'm not
you're
frozen.
there. You're there.
I never went anywhere, Corinda. Corinda, it might be just be your internet signal. I don't know what you're using, but no, today I'm definitely not frozen because I've got Peter with me, and Peter would say whether I wasn't moving or not. So it doesn't happen every day, Corinda. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. No word from John at
Speaking
all.
about that, I've left my phone inside. Um, you maybe have to speak to yourself for a while.
Okay, I'll take over for a minute, Peter.
Yeah, I'll just before because you know it's vital.
Right. Okay, over to Corinda. My parcel came today. I got the TP link. All right. Okay. Well, if you need any help installing it, Corinda, let us know. But it's simple and straightforward. Peter did it inside 30 minutes when he got his last year. Peter's just disappeared through his background. Brilliant. Just shows how good his signal is, that he can actually walk through walls. We'll have to let him know he's just walked through a wall. Perhaps play the replay to him later. I'm still trying to find out what Mr. Upton is. Just a minute. Because not much going on in the UK at the moment. We're in the run up to Christmas, and it's telling me, Facebook is telling me that John is active now. So he's online and he's on Facebook, but he's just not appeared in the studio. So his computer is switched on and he is on Facebook. So that's good. Okay, if you're watching us live, this is Blabbing for Britain episode 352. Thank you for watching. UK news review, although as I've just said, there isn't much going on in the UK at the moment. I'm just waiting for Peter to walk back through that curtain. There you go.
Oh.
This is live. That you've got to watch the replay of that bit, Peter, because when you vanish into the curtain, that's just a classic.
Okay.
And you came back as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I like about this? I've actually got a wall at the back. It's all skin coloured actually, and it's worked out okay without having a back green screen. I've got a green screen to the left.
All right.
But,
Okay. If you've got a plain wall, that might be enough. I've had the immortal phrase, John Upton is ready to join your broadcast.
okay.
What do you reckon, Peter? A parcel or
a parcel?
A parcel. It's a parcel. Right. So arriving now, having received his parcel.
No, I'm afraid it wasn't a parcel. I was trying to defrost Celia's car. Unfortunately, she's got a hospital appointment today, but I'll tell you about that when we've finished.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay. And I've got a question from Corinda. Got a question for you. What's the difference between OBS 4K and normal OBS bot? Right, there are two. I've got two OBS bots. One is 1080p and the other is 4K. So the first difference is the resolution of the lens is 4K, which means that you can have 4 times the clarity on the picture. The other thing is that the 4K is 4 times zoom. Yeah, whereas the ordinary OBS bot is only 2 times zoom. There you are. Which OBS bot do you have, Corinda? I don't know. Okay, is anything going on in the world today?
Gents, can I ask you a question? Did you get an email from me?
No, I don't. Well, I don't read my emails, but if I did,
John, have you got an email? You think and do one?
Don't believe so.
Have a look, please.
When did you send it?
Last week.
Oh, blimey.
And you, Stephen.
What's your email address you're sending it from?
It could, I think it's from info@aberkill.co.uk.
Let's look. There's only one N on Aberkill, isn't there?
Yes.
okay.
Oh, yes. I got one on the 1st. Thank you very much.
Okay. And Stephen?
I'm just waiting for. I mean, because I'm hosting the broadcast, all my tabs are running slow.
Okay, right. So I know you're. Well, I sent you an email, Stephen. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It is appreciated.
I appreciate you doing that for me that day in a car. A quick design from my van. It was good. Which is not going to turn into a banner behind me. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we can improve it anyway, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, no problem at all. Right. Stephen, sorry to interrupt.
I don't know. Basically, right. Okay. Obviously, the major thing to happen so far today is that Netflix thing with Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
Are we going to watch it?
Well, I was going to watch it. It didn't come on, but I know the TV programs watch it. I'll tell you, do you want my view on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is King Charles should really look at this now, right? Have a good look at himself. What?
He should cut his bloody head off.
No, well, what you should do is say, right, you obviously want to be playing Mr. and Mrs. Wales, and that's what I'm going to grant you.
That's
I'm
what
gonna-
I meant by cut his head off.
you will be Mr. and Mrs. Wales, and so will your kids. And that's the way it's going to be. I think it's a damn shame what's happened. And I'm sorry, since that lady came into that family, there's been nothing but trouble. You know? Even a lot of people left their employ. And to get what do you call it? No non-disclosures and everything like that, you know. If they were to be playing Mr. and Mrs. and they don't want to get the publicity that they didn't want, what a joke that's turned out to be. We want to be left alone and no publicity. In the meantime, let's throw everything at you that we can.
Yeah, it's exasperating because, as you say, they no longer want to be royal. They want to be private citizens, and then they go out of their way to be public private citizens. And you can't be both. You can't. They are no longer royal.
No,
Simple as that.
no. He done his bit in the army. Good for that. And he's won his medals and everything. Good for him. But you're either in or you're out. No shaking all about.
Mm.
Okay? You know what song that is. What's your view on it, John?
Me?
From,
I told you already. Cut
off
him
with
off
our
at
head.
the top and let the rest of them get on with it.
Not,
I am a royalist, so I don't care if anybody
yeah,
says
I mean,
I'm not anti-royal in any way, shape, or form, but he doesn't deserve.
neither am I. Stephen, what's your view?
Sorry,
What's your view?
I gave my view.
Give it again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but basically, they're making money out of the fact that they're ordinary citizens, and the whole thing about the monarchy is that, well, it's like any group. If you're in the group and the group rules say what's said in the group stays in the group, then
Yeah.
those are rules you've got to abide by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used to really admire Harry. And I'm going to give a prediction. You want my prediction? They
Yes,
will
please.
get divorced. They will be divorced.
Well, she's already done that once, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's done it once, but I guarantee that they will be divorced in about 5 years' time, probably. I really
Well,
do that.
I don't think. I hope that they carry on, but out of the public eye. Simple as that. Just
never
become
gonna happen.
ordinary citizens. Find out what it. Well, they can never become ordinary citizens because they've got some brass. But
Hello,
They're both multi-millionaires, aren't they?
hello. Is that the paper? Yes. I want to be kept out of the public eye, but if you're out there at 3 o'clock on such and such, I'll be there. So will Harry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bang. Yeah.
yeah, we as private people don't have PR people
No.
pushing our stories everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, telling stories. Peter, you seem to be enjoying LinkedIn and your videos.
Well, do you know something? Let me tell you. I've made, for you, those that don't know, I have made videos using BeLive. I've eventually got my money's worth because I know how to use it now. And what I've done, I don't like that. I'm going to take that off. Right, you see the ring in my there, the yellow ring. Anyway, so it's taken me ages, but I've now got to grips with making videos. Thanks to a friend of mine helped me as well. And I've made informative videos about me, my business, without selling. And then what I'm doing is instruct and what's the word I'm looking for? Not informative videos from now about I'm going to be talking about all the pests that I deal with, right? And I'm going to tell you about them. Then I'm going to tell you how we deal with them. And I'm just about now. What amazes me, John, you probably don't know this, and I'm posting them to LinkedIn because that's where all my type of business people are. That's what I'm after. And guess what? One of them had over 3,000 views, which has tickled me pink. And it's just a case of keeping going. I don't know how to regurgitate them in any way, get people to them, etc., etc. But that's what I'm doing. And a nice lady that I know yesterday, freebie, she goes, you need to feature them. So when you open up LinkedIn, it's featured. It's right there in the beginning. And I'm really, really happy about it. And in the future, I'm going to be taking people on. I might charge them money if they're my suppliers, or get some freebies to bring them on and talk about the products as well and how we use them, etc., etc. So very exciting times for Peter. Yes. And
Yeah,
do you know who's
you're
been watching me too? My competition.
right.
The art of war. Lovely jubbly. There you go. Back to you.
You're off to a flying start, Peter. The thing is, there's a different this time round. What comes across is your heart is in it. You believe in what you're doing, and it makes a whole world of difference. Rather than having to do it, wanting to do it, is how this all works. I mean, you draw people in because you're so enthusiastic.
Thank
What
you.
app to install on TP-Link, says Corinda. Pete, do you want to take that?
What's that?
What app to install? Corinda's just got TP-Link.
Oh, well, there you go. There's a thing.
But
I've got a thing.
TP-Link make 500 products. So
You're
saying,
looking for Deco. That's
Yeah.
what you're looking for. And I'll tell you, I've just installed it in here. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give all the resources to me, and Sheila will be watching Netflix and she'll say, what's happening? It's buffering. I'll say, I've got all the stuff. There you go. I'm going to make this one a priority. Hallway main, kitchen, office. I'm going to make that a priority. Oh, it's got a fair signal. Now, what do I do to make that a priority? No. Right. High priority. Yes.
Okay.
It's a high priority.
To answer your question, on either your Android phone or your iPhone, because you've probably got both, download the TP-Link app, and that will guide you through it.
Yeah.
this is for one particular thing, isn't it? Yeah. Are we talking about boosting signal here, or what? Because TP-Link have been going for 30 plus years. Products.
We're talking about taking delivery of a box from Amazon with TP-Link in it with 3 units and setting it up.
About Deco, is it?
Yeah, that's what Pete said.
Yeah. But it all you've said so far is TP-Link, and TP-Link is the name of a manufacturer.
No. We're all Amazon folk, and when we're on Amazon, we talk about TP-Link Deco. So that's why we all knew it was the Deco, because that's what Peter and I have been talking about. Yeah, so it is definitely a Deco. I do have auto comment on Corinda in my Be Live studio. So if you make a comment and the artificial intelligence likes it, then it will show it on screen. But I do have an override if we happen to be in the middle of talking about something and your comment will not show.
Yeah. No, guys. Do you know how many lights I've got? I've got a light to the right. I've got a light to the left. I've got a light on top of my computer. I've got one lying there in case I need it. And I've got another one behind me. Let there be light.
And we can see the polos in your glasses.
I know, I hate that. What can I do to stop that? Put them like that. Right. I've got to get this lighting right someday. What's that? No. Yes. Still. Anyway, I'll work on that later. Right. What can I do to stop that? Right, now, something else I'm going to do while you two are chatting.
Excuse
I'm going to
me.
make a coffee. Let me know if you hear me making it.
Oh.
Because it's loud.
Just watch him walk through the curtain, John. This is magical. Oh, he doesn't even have to leave the office. Right, earlier he walked through his
Lost his
curtain.
head though, look.
Huh?
He
He
lost his
become
face.
headless.
But it was a classic. He walked off to the right and he walked through the curtain on the right. And it can you do it again, Peter? Just walk through the curtain behind you on the right. Bye. Sorry, it just tickles me. It's going to come back again, hopefully. Okay. Right, I'm looking for things in the news. Are we watching England?
Johnny Johnson,
Sorry?
squadron leader Johnny Johnson died last night. The last surviving dam buster.
Okay.
101 years of age. No?
I've been at that dam. Can you hear the coffee pouring?
No.
No.
Do you know, that tickles me, that. I think, what a piece of software. Little things in life tickle me.
It's the little things in life that make life fun.
Oh, yeah. Do you know, I've actually been in a lot of seminars, webinars, and you hear, woof, 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 these professional people. I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to tell you this and that. And I'll say, could I give you something? But install crisp, I hear your dog and everything, you know? Mom, can you get me this, Mom? And stuff like that. You don't need to do it. It annoys me, right?
You don't. That's true. Anyway, is all the Christmas shopping done?
No.
I haven't started. No. Because we're only today is the 8th. We are 16 days away. I remember going a few years ago, going shopping for a turkey on Christmas Eve. And you couldn't see it. Well, this year is going to be a problem as well. Couldn't find a turkey for love nor money. We ended up with a crown turkey, the last one in the butcher's. This year is going to be different, though. Turkeys are now £80 a throw.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. Fresh turkey is now from £80, which is an incredible, you know.
And you know, there's actually been turkey rustling.
I'm not surprised. I mean, £80 a throw, Peter. It's probably worth more than the sheep.
Well, we've decided, Sheila and I, that we're not this year. We're buying one present each. But you know what I do every time? I buy them more than I should, and I make her feel guilty.
I've done that. I've been there by accident rather than by design.
I just say, no, that's yours. And you see her face, she goes, and I'll open mine and I'll say, oh, thank you, darling. Is that it? No, it's,
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the £80 for a turkey. It's just incredible.
Just have a chicken.
Fresh turkey, free range bronze turkey with giblets, 4.25 kilogram, £80.75.
Well, here's a tip. Kids will not know. Get a big chicken and get a little flag of turkey, Turkish flag, saying turkey, and put it on the top. That's the answer to it.
You're almost onto the Christmas crackers stuff, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you get 15 chickens for £80.
Yeah, that's the way. It'll go back to chicken. Do you know, I've got to say, I can be miserable at Christmas. And I'm being honest, it brings back bad memories for me, you know. But I try to be jovial for Sheila, you know, because she loves Christmas with going down to her family and that. So I've really got, but do you know what would happen on the 23rd if I got a phone call from a hotel or something and said, oh, our singer can't make it, he's ill. What do you think I would do on Christmas Eve?
Providing on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, if somebody
You'd
phoned
take
up.
Sheila with you. You'd go and sing and take Sheila with you.
Oh, she doesn't get with me. She doesn't like me. She's never said I don't like your singing. But no, I'm only joking. No, if it came in the 24th, I would be off like a bullet singing.
Yeah.
I've traditionally worked
Right.
over the Christmas period. In fact, I'm singing in the Hogmanay. That's New Year's Eve to non-Scottish people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, I
speaking of
remember the Hogmanay on television because it used to be an annual event.
yeah,
Yeah, we used to.
we used to go down to my granny's. Everybody converged there, and I was what they called was cordial. The adults got drunk, and we had this massive food on the table. But my granddad would say, "Hey, you've had two already."
Yeah.
It does. We had better times then because there wasn't nightclubs to go to then, and it was all parties in the house. I don't know if you've done that, but we had a great time, and we often sit about and talk about our aunties and uncles, no?
Yeah.
Me and my cousins when they were drunk, and the laughs we used to had, and the fights I used to be honest with you. And yeah.
They were good times. They were innocent times, weren't they?
But you know, they weren't so innocent as you think. What happens for you, the young, maybe younger generation that lives since the advent of nightclubs open till 3, 4 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
When I was younger, believe it or not, bars shut at 10:30 up here at night. So once they'd been to the pub, where did they go? They all went back to someone's house. It was contained. There were fights and everything in there, but they contained it themselves without the police usually. And they broke up. So it did go on, but you just don't know it the same now. Yeah? Because I seen it firsthand. So, yeah.
Okay. Now we three, John's back. We three are in a fortunate position, hopefully, that we can eat, although we have cut back on what we do eat, and we can heat the house as well. But 3 million people in the UK at the moment are struggling doing both. And I think as a first world country, as the 6th wealthiest country in the world, there's something not quite right. I know we've got inflation and we've got fuel prices going up, but we should be able to feed everybody.
Yes, it's a sad thing to say. We should be feeding our own people before we feed anybody else's. We just can't afford to go and feed the world now. What I suggest is the government keeps our money, and if the good British people want to give money to a charity that feeds other people away out of our country, great. Because we've got our own people living in the streets. And I'll tell you something else, and I know you don't like this subject. People are being thrown out of hotels at the moment. Even homeless people who have been put in for shelter, they're getting put out of hotels for illegal immigrants. That's happening in this country. And all I would say to those hotel groups who are taking them in and throwing people out in the street, what they're doing, you will be remembered, because they're making a quick buck at the moment. And we've got ourselves into one hell of a state. I don't know if you've seen a parliament yesterday, the Albanian, what do you call him, ambassador, was before a committee. And the guy says, why are your people paying £4,000 or £5,000 to traffickers when they can jump on a plane as a tourist for 28 quid, turn up here and then say, I'm wanting political asylum?
Good point.
He was flummoxed, the guy, you know. I think we really have to sort out internal problems before we go anything else. Let somebody else fight wars as well, unless it's NATO from now on. If it's NATO, we'll go because we're part of NATO. If not, because you know fine and I know fine that there are British troops out in Ukraine at the moment.
Mm.
You know? They
Yeah.
won't admit it, but do you think the SAS aren't there at the moment?
I think they're there, Peter. I think we're doing everything we can.
Yeah.
Because if Russia actually can claim victory, then we're in big trouble worldwide. Ukraine have got to be seen to be, well, they've got to take their own country back, basically, eventually. Because
well, I've reached a level now. I feel sorry for the Russian soldiers, the conscripts, everybody like that getting sent now. I feel sorry for them both because it's not the soldiers on the ground. They're being forced to go now, or they'll go to jail.
Oh yeah.
And they're being forced. They're being conscripted to go to something with ill training, and that can't last forever. And everybody's, do you know what the problem is now? No one's going to give in because nobody wants to be the loser.
True.
know?
And we've got a situation now where it's winter.
Yeah.
And of course, fighting in winter is a different proposition to fighting in the rest of the year. So to a certain extent, they can't move, can they? They've got to stay where they are for the next 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So hopefully in that time, there'll be some talks going on in the background so that they don't have to start up killing each other come next spring. I mean, that's the opportunity that's there.
Yeah. I know that a lot of the Ukrainians are very patriotic. You know, you can see it in the videos I see that are willing to die, and some of them have died because they make videos before they die.
Yeah.
And when they're retrieved, they look at their cameras and they speak to camera, and not long after they die. So that's happening. But things are changing in the world. Have you seen our friends in China recently? John?
Oh, wait, but
I know they've had to relax things because of the protests.
Yes.
So they've had to relax their COVID clampdowns.
Did you know that, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so they've now relaxed their COVID. And you know what that is? People power. And it's brave people that go out on the streets against the government. Very, very brave. And for the Chinese to back down is quite interesting and open up. Because all you dictators and things out there, one day your day will come. You can't be like that forever. Think about your families in the future if you're a dictator. Because you might not there see what happens to your family when you're gone.
Yeah. I mean, if the majority, if a sizable majority of the population of any country rise up and say, we're not accepting this anymore, no matter how hardline the government is, they have to listen.
Yeah.
Because you get where complaining about one situation becomes complaining about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
And there's no end to it. Once the people find their voice, and it's taken a long time in China, then you can't stop, can you, Peter?
Here's the other thing that I was picking up from our friends in Iran. 15,000 people, from what I've read or heard, have been condemned to be hanged for their recent riots. Imagine that. 15,000 people. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Right. So where do we go?
Happy to speak about.
Can we just nip back to Ukraine?
Yes.
We've mentioned Nick Tad on here on a number of occasions. He's someone that Stephen and I have known for quite some time. He's been doing support and relief for animals. I'm afraid he's in hospital with pneumonia in Ukraine at the moment.
All right. Okay. Not so good.
No.
That's not good. Send our best wishes to Nick. We're being kept informed by his wife, Vanessa, and Nick's posting himself as well. And he was the man for the right time, right place, right man. And he went over there. He started off with a man with a van, went over carrying veterinary supplies over there, and has been going back frequently since, and visiting many different towns and cities in the Ukraine. And basically, whilst other people are looking after people, he's been helping look after the animals, because they tend to get forgotten.
Yeah. That's good. Good for him.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where shall we go? Where shall we go? Oh, Peter, I just checked my email. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. It will go. Well, I'll find home for it. Don't you worry. It will end up on my show. I'm sure. Although the biggest gadget I've got at the moment is this, which is a Stream Deck, and
yes,
this saves me 20 minutes every time I go live. Yeah, so there's a new one out as well, but I've only had this one 2 weeks, so I can't buy a new one, can I?
Yeah, I've John, I've now got a studio for singing, and it's worked out really well, crystal clear.
Good.
And I don't know if did you see me singing? And my friend Andy, I know you probably watching, Andy. Thank you very much. Just come in. We've got a mixer there, got a microphone, sing away, and the music from my software that I sing to goes into the computer. It's not outside, goes right into the computer, goes onto OBS, and as soon as I finish, I've got a function key recording on. This one puts it off. This one stops the music. Bob's your uncle, and it goes in. And I don't really. And he showed me a thing called VideoPad. If I need to clip something, I put it in and clip it. Well done, Andy.
Well done, Andy.
You're not getting anything more. I've given you one meal. That's enough. But yeah. So busy times.
We need some tips, Peter. I mean, basically, John's in the Midlands, I'm in Wiltshire. We don't get this winter weather. Have you got some cold weather tips that you could pass on to us? Because in Aberdeen, we know it's cold.
Well, first of all, if you've got a path, because that'll come under your insurance. If you've got a path, you turn round to your other half, like Sheila, and say, darling, you need to get a shovel and get that cleared for me and the dogs. Thank you very much. So she'd done that this morning. And make sure your radiators are okay. Get to know how to work your radiators for warmth. Get some candles in case there's a power cut.
Yeah.
And just learn how to work everything in your house. Wrap up well. Have some soups ready. And pre-freeze things so they're there. And yeah, that's all I can say. Wear thick boots with thick socks, double layers. I've actually got on long johns just now, and I can tell you, if I come out with the long johns off this morning, and I went straight back in and put them on again. It was so cold.
You got your best silk underwear on, have you?
Well, I did. I was going to use Sheila's tights, but they're a bit tight. And no, I've got thermals. I wear thermals. And yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, if this cold weather continues, I'm considering them too. Yeah.
Well, I would. One thing I'd done was I once took Sheila's tights, no ladies' tights, and I was going to rob a bank, so I put it on, but I couldn't do it because I was sick. She'd worn them That's a family show, folks.
Corinda's still with us. Got some breaking news. Dutch Grand Prix. Okay. The Dutch Grand Prix will continue in Zandvoort until at least 2025. Thank you, Corinda.
News?
That's news, yeah.
Really?
Formula One. I've got to remember, Great Britain rules Formula One. We are Formula One.
If we stopped all the massive investment in Formula One, we could cure a lot of the world ills. I just can't believe how much money is spent on Formula One.
I know, a lot of money. It's the haves and haves not. Not into a racing driver in Aberdeen.
And similarly, the money we pay footballers is ridiculous as well.
Oh,
Which brings us on to the World Cup.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo, indeed.
The world's most unwanted superstar. That's the Sun headline that's showing in the Facebook.
To be told at 37 that you're too old and it's time for a new generation, that must suck, Peter. It must really hit home that you're not the player you were.
Because I was 63 in January, and people are shocked that I'm still a young man, you know. So I know how he feels to be told that. I remember chatting up a lady when I first got divorced, and she turned around and says, "Actually, you're too old for me." Yeah. I said, I was going to the toilet anyway.
Yeah, but it's the sort of passing from one generation to the next. The guy who came in and got the hat trick, amazing.
I'm going to give tip. I'm going to give a life tip here, right? For anybody that's listening in, look at the age of us, right? Look at the age of us three guys, and I can tell you something. Our combined knowledge, even of new things like software and camera things and this sort of thing we're on now, you must keep on top of it no matter what age you are, because the young whippersnappers will be trying to take over. Now, I know these two aren't on TikTok yet, but I really think they should, okay? Especially a businessman. Get on TikTok, use your LinkedIn, find out how it's really working. Don't rest back on your laurels. Keep thinking, keep fresh. Amaze the whippersnappers, because I've done it at a function one day, a social media function, and I told them what I'd done. And they were, and people come up to me after, I kid you not, and says, I'm impressed with what you know. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep on learning. Why are you not on Amazon Live, folks? That's what you should be doing. Get on Amazon Live and get known. Sell your product if it's in there. And I'll speak something about that later. You know, hey, are you on your own website showing something live on there? No, whippersnappers, you should be. There you go.
Totally agree. If you enjoy being on live video and you have a following, then you should be on Amazon Live. It's basically every time you go live, you make money, and we're not talking peanuts either. So you can make money on Amazon Live. You can also, as you just mentioned, Peter, broadcast live to your website, because that's where you want people to be. You want people to visit your website. That's what it's all about. That's why we get this. Sending out tweets, posting on Facebook, we do it all to actually bring people to our website. But if you go live on your website, then that will attract an audience.
Yeah.
And basically, people can visit your shop and buy things and read your blog posts and come to your show.
I'll tell you what I've done recently, John. You like this. I've been watching this guy called Ranking Academy, and he's given a lot of stuff out on the internet about your SEO for Google Business Profile. Now, I've actually taken my location off because I'm a service provider and I go and visit people, and I don't have to put a location. Google knows I'm genuine because it's verified, right? That's one. So I go out. I'm looking at how to spread my wings with it. pictures, very important, working that. Now, I put up a video and I says, it got rejected. Why? Because I'd now looked into it, because it was more than 30 seconds. So I'm going to have to make 30-second videos to put up on my Google business profile. That's the name of it now.
You can use those 30-second videos in lots of ways, because 30-second videos, that's reels on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah. 30 seconds on YouTube
Yeah.
for shorts.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I knew it would come out. I was waiting for you to come in and give you that opportunity, John. See, that's an old man, kids, telling you what to do. And I need to use it more, but now I'm knowing it, I'm going to time it.
Old man? You, mate.
Oh, you look old.
We're mature.
You look old. What else I was going to tell you? So that's what I'm learning. And I was listening to a podcast this morning from a business acquaintance of mine. And I was listening to their podcast. They've made a comment on it on LinkedIn. They were talking about people scared to go on camera. So the firms are saying, I'd rather get an actor. And they says, why not use the people you've got to talk about products and services, get to know them, rather than an actor, you know? So that was quite interesting. And yeah, so I'm learning all these things all the time, adding to it. Fantastic. And there's some good people out there giving tips. And
always be learning.
Oh, I'm enjoying life. God, I'm enjoying life. Don't take me away. It's too soon.
Right.
You've had 3 attempts already.
Corinda's got a Christmas wish. She wishes Lewis Hamilton will win again. This is back to, we were just talking about Ronaldo a moment ago. There's a new generation of racing drivers in Formula One, and he's not got the car, and he's getting on a bit now.
Time to retire. I mean,
yeah. Well, he could retire.
Millions.
Yeah, he could
risk. Get on with life.
The thing is, Corinda, look at racehorses. They go up winning, and then they go past their best, and then they want to retire. And that's what happens to young men in football and whatever. They all get older, and then they realize. I mean, I keep looking at my business, but people are absolutely shocked at me because they said, I thought you'd be going to retire by now, Peter. You've not a hope in hell. No chance.
Yeah. Don't need to retire when you're enjoying yourself.
No, it's true. Full of life, just not full of it.
Have you had your winter payment from the government, Stephen? He's not entitled to it. He's too young.
Sheila gets it.
What? Yeah, and?
Did you know that it's tax-free and you haven't got to declare it on your annual return?
Okay, good.
No, you'll find it on the BBC News today. With a short clip when the taxation thing was actually discussed in the House of Commons.
Okay.
So it was quite interesting because, 500 quid tax-free is certainly worth having.
How's that saying about 500 quid, guys? If you want a piece of equipment, you do. And it's expensive, but you want it. Do you buy it?
Usually, yeah. And I think you could say the same as Stephen. He buys more goodies these days than the rest of us put together.
I've just paid £500 for this. I've got 2 mics.
Yeah.
They're radio controlled. What do you call it?
Hands-free.
Yeah. And I'll be using. So that's 250. Well, whatever the cost of the unit is. And I'll be doing that to walk about. Because my one wish in life, do you know what it is?
Tell us, Peter.
Everything to be wireless in the future. No, because Sheila does a nut with me. No more cables. No more cables. Your computers, your mixers, everything should be wire-free in the future. I don't know how to do it, but I'll be a genius out there doing it. What do you think?
The major problem with this is, as with the internet, wired is good, not wired can occasionally go wrong, and there's more chance of it going wrong.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, with wired, you get your own separate direct channel. I'm talking networking here.
Yeah.
On wireless, you all share the same bandwidth.
Yeah. And
So
bandwidth,
if my kids are all here and they're all tapping away on their phones, and my granddaughter's using her tablet and all the other things, I'm glad I'm not on wireless.
Well, modern technology. I've got a friend who does a bit of singing. I'm not allowed to mention her age because she really fell out of my booted, but it's more than 74, right? Because she doesn't watch us. And I showed her how to use basically what I used to sing, because she usually goes in with an electric keyboard and she doesn't like narrating things. And I says, I'll show you how to do it. Went down, showed her how to do it. And I says, you want me to come and set it up with you? No, I'll be okay. Pete thought otherwise. So she was singing in a church for an old age pensioners party thing, you know. So I found the nearest coffee shop. It's the time me on at 11. Okay. I was sitting having my coffee, phone sitting ready. Guess what happened in at a minute past 11? Peter, are you in the area? Says, I'm actually 2 minutes away. And I knew she would need me. And I went in and fixed the problem because it was our first time, you know. And it was so funny. And I had a laugh with the people. And I said to all the old folk, and I said, see, in case there's an emergency, break glass and Peter will come. And I'd actually sitting just down. It was so funny. I knew it would happen. I had a premonition. Andy, if you're there, you'll know about this. You'll be laughing. Do you know he comes on and watches and doesn't say anything, my mate Andy? Did you know that? No. He's actually lost 4 stone, guys. He's been on before, remember?
Yeah.
So well done, Andy. Now buy some clothes. Everything's hanging off him. Yes, I'm going to take him on a shopping spree to Primark.
Right.
Do you know where I bought a jersey the other day? Because they've got a clothing range now, Poundland. And it's a lovely jersey, £9 worth. Not a pound. Anyway, that's enough for me. On you go.
This question of where to go, isn't it? Okay, so you're both barracking for England on Saturday. That's good. Test match. I just want to talk about a test match. England won in Pakistan for the first time in 22 years. And it was celebrated by both England and by Pakistan because it's the first time we've played there in quite a while because of the political situation. And for the first match, England broke the world record for the number of runs scored on the first day, and then went on to win the match. And everybody was happy, and it was a sort of party atmosphere throughout the whole 5 days. I know, how can a game last 5 days, but it did. And just well done for actually flying the flag over in Pakistan.
Well done, England. Now, I've got a question, and it's a cricket question.
Okay.
I was on TikTok, and there was a guy, it's a bit older now, he says, it was the worst thing I ever done in my life. Now, you maybe explain this to me. It was in Australia. It was Australia. And he'd said it was the last ball of the match or something, I don't know. Do you know what he'd done? He threw the ball underhand, right? And the guy clipped it, and then that was the end of the match, I think. And he was the batsman was furious.
Indeed.
And he threw the bat down. Can you explain this to me, please?
Yes, certainly. Cricket is a game for gentlemen. Has always been played by gentlemen, and the gentleman's rule is that you always, but always, bowl overarm. Yeah.
Okay.
Never, ever. It's bad karma. It's bad etiquette. It's bad everything to actually bowl underhand. Simple as that. You shouldn't do it.
But he done it in the match, and he didn't give the chance to hit a six or something like that. It was said.
But yeah, it's done on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's not illegal. It's just frowned upon, totally.
Well, the guy that done it on TikTok, he says it was the worst decision I ever made in my life. So it must have been bad, you know.
Well, yeah.
I remember
Especially in Australia.
Okay, a place in Stuart Park, we've got the local cricket team, and they used to lay out sandwiches in the. We were young teenagers, so we went in and helped them ourselves to some sandwiches. No, I didn't actually, because I'm not like that. But a couple of the guys went in, and they said, "Excuse me, that's us." He says, "We thought you would share them because you're gentlemen."
Right. No, back
No.
in the day, in my hometown, well, Nelson are part of the Lancashire League, which is a league of cricket teams throughout Lancashire. There's Nelson, Burnley, Rishton, Accrington, and it's 5-hour match, 2 o'clock till 7 o'clock, amateurs and one professional. And between the innings, you have tea. Now, there was some superb refreshments to be had, and we had our favorite grounds. We used to love visiting certain grounds because it was just so good. I mean, it was a sandwich, a cup of tea, and a cake, but even so, some were better than others, and it's all part of the day.
Well, I once got asked out by the bank. I thought I was going to wait a big concert or something. This is it was a local cricket ground, and I said there at a time, "Why am I getting an invite? As everybody else turned it down, you know?" But I did go. Oh, my mate was an excellent cricketer. He played for Scotland boys team. Now, does Scotland have a cricket team?
Oh, they do, yeah.
They
Scotland
do.
have a good cricket team.
Okay.
There are leagues like there are in football. They're not top league, but they are second league, second division.
What about Scotland? Can a Scottish person play for England?
Oh yes, a Welsh person plays for England now.
Why did they allow them in?
I think parents. Parents. One of the parents was from England.
Okay, very interesting. So bowling. I was singing at a bowling club last Saturday. Went extremely well, I've got to tell you. But while I was in there, I mentioned it on stage. I said, "Oh, I noticed your sponsor through there is William Gilchrist. Do you know what they are? Funeral directors." Do you know what I done the other day? I went down to my local funeral director. He wasn't in, but I was speaking to his staff. I said, "Oh, I don't think." I says, "Listen, does he sponsor bowling clubs?" And they says, "Yeah." I says, "Well, why doesn't he put on a night for him, and I'll sing, and I'll wear a black suit and white shirt and a black tie, and tell him it's sponsored by the local undertaker." So I'm waiting on word, and I mean it. I'm going to do that, you know. So although it's for an undertaker, let me know. I won't be doing dreary songs. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now for my 13 seconds of fame. If you can switch your microphones off, gentlemen.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Give me your stuff.
Now, I don't know whether that showed on screen or whether it showed with echo or not, but that was my 13 seconds of fame at the park run last Sunday, where I actually beat my own personal best. And when you beat your personal best, you get to bang the drum. So it was good. To everybody cheering. Hang on.
Turn yourself on, Peter.
Oh, sorry, I never turned it off. Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right. I did see that, Stephen. I did make a comment.
Yeah, no. Thank you. the thing is that video. I mean, I do shows on a regular basis, as you know. That video had 250 views,
Yeah,
which
well done.
on today's Facebook is incredible, incredible.
Yeah. Do you know something? If when you get a personal best, no matter what it is, it's great to beat
Yeah.
your own little target, you know, something that you've achieved. And well done. I think my feet are getting better.
Good.
And I'd love to go back onto that because I've had to give up the cycling.
Right.
It's breaking my heart. Well, the weather's not right, but I just can't sing and cycle. It would kill me now. You know? It's the setting up. I've maybe went on about that before. Right. What have I bought recently? No more. Yeah, I've got my microphones, 556 quid. Yeah. Gear
Investment, Peter. Investment.
Well, gear for music. They're actually in the stock exchange. I didn't know that. I just happened to be looking. But it's amazing the amount of equipment I've built up over the years. You just don't realise what it's like.
That's
You know?
true. Yep. Anyway, it's that time of day. John, it's over to you.
Is it already 11 o'clock? Okay, so it's goodbye from all of us in the cold, because it's definitely cold here today. And as my mates in Scotland, it's really cold where he is. And even Stephen's got the cold. So goodbye from us. Same time, same place next week.
I